The ancient Egyptians created a civilization that thrived for millennia. At the heart of this civilization were the pharaohs. These were not mere kings. They were considered living gods, intermediaries between the people and the divine. Their rule, spanning over 3,000 years, left an indelible mark on history. From towering pyramids to intricate hieroglyphs, the legacy of the pharaohs continues to captivate and inspire us today. The pharaohs held absolute power. They controlled all aspects of Egyptian life. Their word was law, and their commands were carried out with unwavering obedience. They were responsible for maintaining order, ensuring justice, and protecting Egypt from its enemies. Their lives were a blend of the sacred and the secular, steeped in rituals and ceremonies designed to maintain their divine connection and ensure the prosperity of their kingdom. Some pharaohs are particularly well known. Their names resonate through history, conjuring images of power and grandeur.
One such pharaoh is Thutmose III. He ruled for over 50 years in the 15th century BCE. He is remembered as a great conqueror, expanding Egypt's borders and solidifying its dominance in the region.
Another famous pharaoh is Ramesses II, often referred to as Ramesses the Great. His reign, lasting 66 years, saw the construction of numerous temples and monuments. These include the magnificent temple complex at Abu Simbel.
Hatshepsut, one of the few female pharaohs, is notable for her successful reign in the 15th century BCE. She focused on trade and economic prosperity, commissioning daring expeditions to the land of Punt.
These are just a few examples of the many pharaohs who shaped ancient Egyptian history. The rule of a pharaoh rarely ended peacefully. Death in battle, palace intrigues, and power struggles within the royal family were common occurrences. Sometimes a pharaoh's reign ended due to natural causes, such as illness or old age. However, even these transitions were fraught with political maneuvering. This was to ensure the smooth succession of the next ruler. External threats also played a role in the decline of Pharaonic rule. Invasions by foreign powers, such as the Persians and the Greeks, weakened Egypt's grip on power. Internal strife, economic instability, and natural disasters also contributed to the erosion of Pharaonic authority. The final blow came in 30 BCE when Egypt was absorbed into the Roman Empire. This marked the end of the pharaoh's reign and the beginning of a new chapter in Egyptian history. The pharaoh's power stemmed from several sources. Their status as living gods was paramount. They were seen as the embodiment of Horus, the god of kingship. This divine legitimacy granted them absolute authority over their subjects. The pharaohs controlled all aspects of Egyptian life. This included the economy, the military, and religious practices. The pharaohs commanded vast armies. These armies were used to expand Egypt's borders and defend its interests. They also controlled the country's wealth. This wealth was generated through agriculture, trade, and tribute from conquered territories. This wealth funded monumental building projects, lavish ceremonies, and a powerful administrative system that enforced their rule. Their power was further enhanced by their control of the Nile River. The Nile's annual floods provided the fertile land that was the backbone of Egypt's prosperity. Section 5. From the Delta to the Desert, the reach of the Pharaohs. The story of ancient Egypt is one of vast territories and immense influence. The territory ruled by the pharaohs fluctuated throughout history, expanding and contracting with the rise and fall of their power. At its peak, the Egyptian empire stretched from modern-day Sudan in the south to Syria in the north, covering a vast and diverse landscape. This vast expanse encompassed a variety of environments and peoples, each contributing to the rich tapestry of Egyptian civilization. The pharaohs' influence extended beyond their direct control, reaching into neighboring regions through diplomacy and trade. Their diplomacy and trade networks reached far and wide, bringing them into contact with other powerful civilizations of the ancient world, such as the Hittites, the Nubians, and the Mesopotamians. The heartland of ancient Egypt was the fertile Nile River Valley, a lifeline that sustained the empire. This region, stretching from the Nile Delta in the north to the First Cataract in the south, was the breadbasket of the empire, providing the essential resources needed for survival and growth. It was here that the majority of the population lived, cultivating crops and building cities that would stand the test of time. The pharaohs also controlled the deserts to the east and west of the Nile, regions that were both harsh and resource-rich. These deserts were important sources of minerals, such as gold and copper, which were crucial for the economy and the creation of magnificent artifacts. They also served as natural barriers, protecting Egypt from invasion and providing a sense of security that allowed the civilization to flourish. The reach of the pharaohs was not just a matter of land, but of influence, culture, and legacy that has endured through the ages.
The pharaohs were frequently engaged in warfare. They sought to expand their territory, secure trade routes, and defend Egypt from its enemies. Among our most enduring adversaries were the Nubians to the south. The Nubians were a powerful civilization with whom we had a complex relationship, swinging between periods of warfare and peaceful coexistence.
The Hittites, based in Anatolia, modern-day Turkey, were another formidable foe. The Battle of Kadesh, fought between the forces of Ramesses II and the Hittite king Muwatalli II in the 13th century BCE, is one of the most famous battles in ancient history. It resulted in a stalemate and a peace treaty that lasted for decades. Other enemies included the Libyans to the west, the Sea Peoples who raided the Egyptian coast, and the Assyrians and Persians who would eventually conquer Egypt.
The pyramids are perhaps the most iconic symbols of ancient Egypt, standing as a testament to the civilization's architectural prowess and cultural significance. These monumental tombs, built to house the mummies of pharaohs and their consorts, continue to inspire awe and wonder. The sheer scale and precision of these structures have fascinated historians, archaeologists, and tourists alike for centuries. Their construction is a testament to the ingenuity and organizational skills of the ancient Egyptians. The planning and execution required to build these massive structures were nothing short of extraordinary.
Theories abound regarding how these massive structures were built with the technology available at the time. Scholars have debated various methods, each offering a glimpse into the possible techniques used by the ancient builders. One prevailing theory suggests that the Egyptians used ramps, levers, and rollers to move the massive stone blocks into place. This method would have required immense coordination and effort from the workforce. These blocks, quarried from sites along the Nile, were transported by boat and then dragged on sleds to the construction site. The journey from the quarry to the pyramid site was a monumental task in itself. Skilled artisans then shaped and fitted the blocks with astonishing precision. The accuracy with which these stones were cut and placed is a marvel of ancient engineering.
The construction of a single pyramid could take decades and require the labor of tens of thousands of workers. This massive workforce was organized into teams, each responsible for different aspects of the construction process. Contrary to popular belief, most of these workers were not slaves, but rather farmers who were conscripted during the flood season when their labor was not needed in the fields. This seasonal workforce allowed the Egyptians to utilize their population efficiently without disrupting agricultural productivity.
The origins of the pharaohs can be traced back to the unification of Upper and Lower Egypt around 3100 BCE. This monumental event marked the beginning of a new era in ancient Egyptian history, laying the foundation for a civilization that would last for millennia. Before this time, Egypt was divided into two distinct kingdoms, each with its own culture, traditions, and rulers. The unification brought about a sense of unity and centralized power. The unification was achieved by Menes, who became the first pharaoh of the first dynasty. Menes is often credited with founding the city of Memphis, which served as the capital of ancient Egypt for centuries. Little is known for certain about Menes. His life and reign are enveloped in mystery, with much of what we know coming from later historical records and legends. He is considered a semi-legendary figure shrouded in myth and folklore. Some scholars even debate whether Menes was a single person or a composite of several early rulers. The average height of Egyptians during the time of the pharaohs varied depending on factors such as diet, social status, and regional differences. Nutrition played a crucial role in determining physical stature. However, skeletal remains suggest that they were generally shorter than people today. This is evident from numerous archaeological findings and studies. The average height for men was around 5 feet 6 inches, while women were slightly shorter, typically around 5 feet to 5 feet 3 inches. Pharaohs, due to their privileged lifestyles and access to the best nutrition, were likely taller than the average Egyptian. Their diet included a variety of meats, fruits, and vegetables, which contributed to their greater height. Some, like Ramesses II, are believed to have been over 6 feet tall. His towering stature not only symbolized his power, but also set him apart from the common people, reinforcing his divine status. The pharaohs left behind a legacy that continues to fascinate and inspire us today. Their monumental architecture, such as the pyramids and temples, stands as a testament to their power and ambition. Their art and hieroglyphics provide us with invaluable insights into their beliefs, values, and daily lives. Their innovations in mathematics, astronomy, and medicine influenced later civilizations. The pharaohs were more than just rulers. They were patrons of the arts, builders of empires, and guardians of Egyptian culture. Their reign, spanning over 3 millennia, left an indelible mark on the course of human history. Their story continues to captivate our imaginations, reminding us of the enduring power of human ambition, creativity, and the quest for immortality.